Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, and today we'll be checking the 2015 American sports drama film, Creed. At the beginning of the movie, which takes place in a juvenile detention center in 1998, we're introduced to our main character, Adonis Johnson, or Donnie, who's fighting a fellow inmate. The police arrive and tear the boys apart before serious harm is done. Marianne Creed visits Donnie after he's returned to his cell. When she reveals that his father was her husband and she would like for him to move in with her, Donnie first refuses to speak to her because he believes she's another social worker out to place him in another group home. Donnie inquires about her father's name. The woman reveals to the youngster that Apollo Creed was his father, a renowned boxer. She identifies herself as his stepmother. We're then transported to Mexico, where Donnie is taking part in a boxing competition. He effortlessly defeats his rival and gets his winnings. He returns to Los Angeles and works a desk job there 12 hours later. Despite having a successful career, he's dissatisfied with it. He submits his resignation letter to his supervisor, despite being given a promotion that day, and decides to go. He explains to his supervisor that his goal is to become a professional boxer and that he'll put his attention there. He eventually makes his way to the Delphi Boxing Club, where his late father used to train. Tony Little Duke Evers Jr., the son of Apollo's trainer, Tony Duke Evers, is a family friend who runs the boxing academy. But Donnie's declined. He finds out that his uncle didn't want him to meet the same fate as his late father, so he opposed becoming a boxer. We find out that his father passed away during one of his fights in a boxing ring. No one's going to coach him in this gym. The man at the gym makes it very obvious to him. Yet Donnie is still unwavering. He's made up his mind and declares that he will fight. The victor of the match, in which he challenges every fighter in the gym, is awarded the keys to his Mustang. A fighter advances, but Donnie quickly knocks him down. Danny Stuntman Wheeler, a different professional fighter, challenges Donnie and defeats him to steal the keys. As Donnie visits Marianne, she notices his bloodshot eye. She despises the fact that he's competing as Apollo did, since it serves as a reminder of what he endured while competing. However, she makes it obvious that if he still wants to fight, she won't be seeing him again since she cannot go through all that again. His stepmom informs him that she can forgive him for what happened that day. Later, Donnie mimics his father's fighting style while seeing an old bout between his father and Rocky Balboa. After that, Donnie relocates to Philadelphia to begin again. Loud music can be heard coming from his apartment below Donnie as he tries to fall asleep. When he answers the door, he runs into Bianca, his neighbor. He requests that she turn down the music, and despite her assurances, she keeps the volume at the same level. The next day, Donnie goes to the legendary Boxer's restaurant. There, he sees a picture of Rocky and Apollo fighting from their first fight in 1976, and he finally meets the legendary Rocky Balboa. He asks Rocky to train him, but Rocky says he no longer wants to do that. Donnie asks him about their third fight, which happened behind closed doors, and who won. Rocky says that his father did. That night, Donnie has trouble sleeping because he was so hopeful about Rocky. Donnie goes to a boxing school called Mighty Mix Boxing the next morning. There, he doesn't give his real name because he doesn't want people to know that he's the son of a famous person. Instead, he registers as Donnie, which is not his real name. He's now joined that group. In his new apartment, he watches a news story about pretty Ricky Conlon, an unbeaten boxing champion who's about to fight what may be his last professional match because he's being charged with gun possession and could spend the next 7 years in jail. Conlon was supposed to fight Wheeler, but they started fighting before they were supposed to, and Conlon broke Wheeler's jaw. This caused Wheeler to sue Conlon. Even though Donnie trains in that club, he still talks to Rocky about the problems he's having while training. One day, Rocky returns to the gym where he used to work out and where Donnie works now. When the legend Rocky walks into the gym, everyone is surprised to see him there, but they're happy to see him. The owner of the gym then comes in and introduces Rocky to his son, Leo Sparino. He's a professional boxer who's won 12 matches in his career. He also won the Olympics. The gym owner asks Rocky to train his son, but Rocky says he only came to the gym to train Donnie. Rocky decides to help Donnie out, so Donnie starts calling him Unc. Donnie stays at Rocky's place while he and Rocky train early in the morning. As they train together, they become close. After hearing Bianca sing at a nightclub, Donnie also decides he wants to date her. When they go out for Philly cheesesteaks, he finds out that she's losing her hearing and is getting ready for what'll happen. Donnie's improved a lot since he started training with Rocky, so the gym owner suggests that the boy start his career by fighting his son, Leo. At first, Rocky doesn't want to do it, but Donnie keeps pushing him until Rocky finally gives in. Rocky makes sure that Donnie now trains with all his heart. After he's worked hard with the boy for a while, Rocky takes him to a place called Front Street Gym. He tells his friends and coworkers about the boy. Before his fight with Leo Sparino, Donnie trains with a lot of other boxers. Pete approaches Rocky prior to the fight and informs him that he's aware Donnie is Apollo Creed's son. Pete wants to capitalize on the moniker because he believes it'll generate positive attention, but Rocky would rather keep it a secret. The match starts, and after being dominated by Leo in the first round, Donnie rallies to defeat Leo in the second. The news of his victory spreads quickly. Rumor spreads that Donnie is Apollo's kid, born of an affair that occurred while Apollo was married. As Donnie anticipated, observers start to view him differently and ponder whether this revelation will damage Apollo's reputation. Tommy Holliday, Conlon's manager in Liverpool, learns about this and believes it might lead to a dramatic brawl. He takes a plane to the United States to meet with Rocky and Donnie and suggests a fight. Rocky declines, claiming he's unprepared for a fighter like Ricky. But Donnie persists, promising that he'll train his ass off to get Rocky to accept. He begins to put Donnie through additional training until he throws up and passes out. Rocky is brought to the hospital by Donnie for a test. Rocky visits the doctor later and receives the news that he has non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Rocky refuses to undergo chemotherapy because it didn't work for Adrian when the same thing happened, despite the doctor's advice that it's good that they found it early and that they should start treatment quickly. When Donnie eventually learns the truth on his own, he's angry with Rocky for refusing to seek assistance. But Rocky prefers to accept his lot in life. During a lengthy argument between the two, Rocky tells the young man that he's not his family and that he should concentrate on his training. Donnie starts to worry that publicizing his name would make him appear to be a false Creed and a failure to uphold his father's reputation. He meets Tone Trump and pays Bianca a visit at the club where she sings. Tone poses for a photo with Donnie, but when he calls him Baby Creed, Donnie becomes irate. Once a fight breaks out, Donnie's taken into custody. Rocky shows up to save him, and after a protracted talk, they reconcile. Rocky agrees to continue training Donnie for the upcoming bout in exchange for undergoing chemotherapy. After receiving considerable training, Donnie gains admirers in the community, especially among the local youngsters. For a press conference, the two take a plane to Liverpool. Conlon arrives with Holliday and begins calling Donnie a fake Creed and an instant success. Rocky prevents Donnie from doing foolishly by stating that this is what Conlon wants. He advises him to control his emotions because this industry is complicated. Donnie receives a pleasant surprise when Bianca visits him following his elder man's lecture. They spend some time together that evening. Then fight night comes, and one of the most anticipated fights finally happens. Donnie goes to the arena, and Bianca follows him there. Marianne looks out of her house. She gifts Donnie his father's first pair of American flag shorts. As Donnie walks to the ring, the crowd boos him. Conversely, Conlon comes out in a big way, and the crowd chants his name. As the fight's about to start, he gets a little nervous because he can see that his opponent is having a lot of fun. The match starts, and Donnie has trouble taking on his opponent in the first round because he's so fast and skilled. As the first round ends, Donnie cuts his eye. Donnie steps up and starts to hit his opponent. He also hurts his opponent's cheek, but that's not enough to make everyone else believe he's good enough. Rocky and Holliday cheer on and support their fighters during the breaks between rounds. Donnie gets hit a lot and spits out a lot of blood. Eventually, Conlon hits him so hard in the left eye that it shuts completely. But the fight keeps going because Donnie can still see well enough. Then in the 7th round, Ricky lands a thunderous right hand on Donnie's face, which knocks him out cold. Ricky starts celebrating his win because he thinks his opponent has fallen asleep. But Donnie remembers why he's fighting and gets up quickly when he has a vision of his dead father boxing. Before the referee can count to 10, he gets up and the medics check him. The 12th round of the fight starts and Donnie hits Conlon back. He hits him several times and knocks him down, but Conlon gets up before the referee counts to 10. The battle's over and Conlon hasn't lost yet, but he shows respect for Donnie's work and Donnie does the same for him. The commentator goes up to Donnie and talks to him for a short time. Donnie calls Rocky his brother. The commentator asks him what he would tell his father if he were here. He says he'd tell Apollo that he loves him and that he knows Apollo didn't leave him on purpose. Then the fans start shouting Creed. Rocky and Bianca are going to leave with Donnie. Rocky and Donnie climb the famous steps in front of the Philadelphia Museum of Art. Rocky's getting tired and can't keep up, but Donnie keeps pushing him, and when they reach the top, they both enjoy the view. Well, that's it for today. If you enjoyed the video and want more videos like this, please like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We really appreciate your support.